You're welcome for that. Anyway, it's Justin, and so got another question, and it says, I tend to burn out because I do everything myself, and how do I go about asking for help? I don't know. This seems to be one of my dilemmas, honestly. But I do know this. That trying to do everything by yourself is not so much that you're trying to do everything by yourself, but it's more than likely that you're not organized in how you're doing it. And the burnout is more of a result of just bad habits in general. So it's not necessarily the workload, it is how you're handling the workload. So it's no different than when you're eating. Chewing and eating is not a big deal, as long as you do it in a manageable size. Now, if you are trying to eat an entire chicken leg, then that becomes a little bit more stressful and not so pleasant of an experience as in eating it whole. So it's very, very important to understand that sometimes the burnout is not because of lack of help, it's because of lack of organization. So one of the ways you want to get organized is, as I said before, is get systematically in order. So you want to, all the information is coming at you at once. Like, stop, take a pen and pad, write it all down, step 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can just write it all down, and then you can start putting in order the things that you need to do first, then second and third, and then after that reorganize it and go from there. Nothing wrong with pen and pad, nothing wrong with doing it via Google Drive in terms of the docs or whatever it is. Doesn't matter to me what tools you use, as long as you use them, whichever one feels comfortable. So sometimes some people like to use a pen and pad and some people like to use their computer. Doesn't matter, but just write them down and then organize them. What's going to be the wisest thing to do, and why, and wisdom comes about when you have peace about your decisions that you make. That's a godly wisdom. So that's according to James 3:17. So look up that too. James 3:17. Very, very important passage. There's an order to these things. So that is something that you maybe is more than likely causing the burnout, and not resting. So not resting will also mess you up. If you think that you're going to gain something by working 7 days a week, instead of observing that one day, that Sabbath day, that day that's just to just recoup and process all the information from the week, if you think that you're going to somehow get ahead by doing that, you're not going to get ahead, because the consequences of that is that the efficiency in which you could be working at is going to be diminished to where it doesn't matter. Truly, it won't matter. Or even the time you're spending in the hospital because you didn't rest. It's going to reflect back on the time that you're saying, I'm going to go ahead and conquer the world. It's like, no. Just pick a day and rest. Okay? Pick a day and rest. Don't let anybody interfere with that. Say, I'm closed this day. You don't have to tell them about what you're doing or any of that. It's none of anyone's business. Just say that I am unavailable this day. So I, for example, I observe Sunday is my day of rest because everything's closed down, so I'm just not available on Sunday. Just not available. And I'm not available on Sunday. But anyway, there is great value though in asking for help. If you go to Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, this is a really, really beautiful passage. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if 2 lie together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, 2 will withstand him. A threefold cord is not easily broken. So you're right about wanting help, but if you're not resting, you're not organized, when the help comes, you're not going to know what to do with it anyway. This is why it's important to get this stuff organized and have your house in order. essentially. Have your house in order. Because I've made that mistake before. My house wasn't in order, and so when the help came, I didn't know what to do with it. I wasn't organized up here. I wasn't organized around me. It just didn't lead anywhere. So be sure to keep all those things in mind. Love you guys very much, and I'll be with you another time. Bye bye.